In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. There are a whole lot of scriptures about don't judge other people. Well, it's not saying don't judge whether or not they will be a good employee. It's not saying don't judge whether or not your children are being obedient. It's not saying don't judge whether or not you like a painting or whether you like the meal that has been set before you. No, you can judge those things. What it's saying is don't judge whether or not someone is following the law good enough to please God. Don't judge whether or not someone is righteous before God. See, that's what it says here in James chapter 4. It says, do not speak against another, brethren. He who speaks against a brother is judging his brother and speaks against the law and judges the law. See, it's all about whether or not somebody's following rules to be obedient enough for God to be satisfied, and nobody is. And so don't judge other people in that way, because you're just as guilty as they are. Well, that's what those verses about judging have to do with. Today, I'm going to look at another verse that is often misunderstood. We're going to look in James 4, and I'm reading verses 13 through 15. They say this, come now, you who say, tomorrow or today we will go to such and such a city, and we will spend a year there, and we will engage in business, and we'll make a profit. Yet you do not know what your life will be like tomorrow. You are just a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes away. No, instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live also and do this and do that. You should not make plans that are outside your conversations with God. Talk to God about it. Absolutely, you can know what God has for you, but you will often hear people use this verse to say, okay, when I pray if the Lord wills. Because remember, this verse says, if the Lord wills. Well, you can know the will of God. What this verse is saying is, don't make plans without talking to God about it. Oh, oftentimes they'll use 1 Corinthians chapter 2. It says in verse 9, eye has not seen and ear has not heard, it has not even entered the heart of man the things of God. Oh, they'll say you never know what God's going to do. But we do know, we can know, because verse 10 says, to us, God has revealed him through his Holy Spirit. See, we just need to be talking to God. Talk to God and hear what he says about today and about tomorrow, and then walk with him, follow him, spend your day with him. That's what these verses are saying. Don't light out on your own, trying to accomplish something under your own power. No, we rest in God. We follow the Lord, and we let him lead us through whatever's going on in our lives today and tomorrow. God bless you who doesn't even try to do a day on your own. No, we follow the Lord in his will and his direction all day long. I look forward to being with you again tomorrow. Come and join us again. I'll see you then.
Give me Jesus.